Now, recently here, we've been talking about cultural differences between Britain and America. In particular, we've been focusing every now and again on the whole idea about how Texans say sir and ma'am, and Brits don't do that, how they find it a little bit weird. And it reminded me of this story that clearly I had suppressed about my very, very first trip to Texas. So you've got to put it in your head. I'm a 23-year-old English model. I'm flying out to Texas for the first time with my 29-year-old Texan girlfriend to meet her family for the first time for Christmas, okay? So I'm on the plane, and on the way, I'm just trying to learn everybody's names. Now, that sounds easy enough, but except, my wife's family, they go a particular route that her father's name is Bob, her older brother's name is Robert, and he's got two sons, Bobby and Robbie. I'm really not kidding. But, at the same time, I'm like, okay, what am I going to call her mum and dad? Am I going to call them Bob and Linda? No, way too familiar. Mr. and Mrs. Black? No, maybe. Sir and ma'am? I'm having this whole, no, I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just going to figure it out at the moment. So we land in Dallas, we go through immigration. As we get to the other side, there's baggage claim, there's her mum and dad. Now, dad comes walking up to me with a big handshake. He goes, hey, bud, how you doing? I grab his hand, I go, hey, Mr. B, nice to meet you. And in my head, time froze, and my brain is just going, Mr. B? Mr. B? Where did Mr. B come from? We never planned on Mr. B, but don't worry, at this point, time has already started moving again as I turn to her mum and go, hey, Mrs. B, nice to meet you. Well, I guess I'm calling them Mr. and Mrs. B for the rest of time. Well, guess what? 20 years later, that's exactly what still happens. Because I couldn't figure out the sir and ma'am thing. I like Mr. and Mrs. B, though. It works.